Mr. Donald Trump. I got you, bastard. Wait a minute, we gotta get a word. No! How did you do that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Who says there's not luck in football?
You are the man. One time, everybody, Donald Trump. Unbelievable.
Good morning, everyone. If it feels like America's running hot, that's because it is, and you're not imagining it. The Pentagon puts allies on notice for espionage. Trump snaps at Bibi. That's what we're going to be talking about this morning. DHS is dropping conspiracy charges on activists like an anvil. I love it. I love seeing all of it. Protesters are lighting up Minneapolis, which we'll be talking about too later, and not Stop Resisting. Texas activists are staring at 50 years, which is fantastic. I believe they got sentenced. We'll discuss more about that on Stop Resisting. And let's see, RFK is out here wrestling rattlesnakes like it's a campaign event. Buckle up, hot dogs and tacos. I got a show for you. It's called the OTPH Show. Now let's do the damn thing. Now, who said the man wasn't made for greatness? One shot, one kill. This is how you knew. This is how you knew he was going to be our president right here. Standing in front of God and everybody. Super Bowl. Tosses it like a G. Right in. Tosses it right in the hole. Giggity.
I got you, bastard. Wait a minute, we got to get a...
How'd you do that? It's called being athletic. That's how I did it. If you could throw a baseball, you could throw a football. You know what I mean? It's concept's pretty much the same. It's throwing an object. You just gotta, know how to step and throw. It's not magic. You want your toe, your big toe, to be pointing in a direction you want the ball to go. So if I want the ball to go towards the hole, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step and throw. Okay. And you want to lean right into it. All right, and give it all the fucking heat. Obviously, you didn't want to put too much into it. Didn't want to blow out the backstop. There's a bunch of other people here. You don't need to impress everybody. He's already Donald Trump, so that's impressive enough.
Word! No! How did you do that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Who says there's not luck in football?
You are the man. One time, everybody, Donald Trump. Unbelievable.
I had to run for president 3 times. These commies out here. Anyways, thanks for being here with me this morning. This is the OTPH Show, Raw Steel and Sex Appeal. Scan the QR code up in the corner and help us out. Thank you to My Patriot Supply for sponsoring this morning's episode. The Pentagon has raised its espionage threat level for Israel because U.S. intelligence believe Israel government agencies, not Jewish Americans. Okay, so let's not, direct all of our anger at them. It's not really, well, I'm not going to get into it, but this isn't for Jew Americans. This isn't about Jew hating, okay, which everybody seems to conflate the two. Because you say you don't like Israel doesn't necessarily mean you don't like Jewish Americans. But there's a little catch there. A lot of Jewish Americans support what Israel does. So, if you're catching a little bit of the heat, whose fault is that? That's not mine. Anyways, if you're here in America, be American. Have American values. I don't care about what you come from. Now, if you're here in America, now you come from America. You might have come from Persia, but you don't anymore because you live in America. So it doesn't matter where you came from because you live here in America. So I don't care about where you come from. If you live here in America, then be an American. That's it. All right. That's it. No, there's no, oh, well, we came across from the old country. No, I don't care. Then why are you here for? If that place is so great, what are you here for? I'm just saying to you, if it's such a magnificent place like Disney World, then why are you not there right now? So don't try to convince me to support things that really, if you wanted to support them, well, you should be over there supporting them. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, all right, let's get into it. Recently has become far more aggressive in trying to gather information on intel on, U.S. decision making, especially when it comes to Iran and Middle Eastern policies. But the problem with letting you guys know anything over in Israel, the only problem that we have is that you like to just go do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then America has to clean up after you, and it's just nobody wants to do it anymore. You see what I'm saying? No, you don't have the support. And the best way to win a war is to have the support of the people, especially the ones that are funding you. That would probably be the best thing to do. What's funny is that good morning. Yes, get your coffee. Get ready. It's going to be a spicy one. So Michelangelo, when he was making the statue of David, there was a contributor to his statue that was an art enthusiast, but he also contributed a lot of money to Michelangelo. And he's like, the guy's looking at the nose and he's like, hey, Mikey, I'm not trying to mess. I love you and everything, man. Like, I love this whole piece. It's great, but David's nose looks big. Mike wants to be like, yeah, that's because he's a Jew. I'm just saying. That's, that would be the first thing that came to my mind. But, instead of arguing with him, he's like, oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. I didn't notice that. And he took his tools and a handful of dust, and he went up to the statue. He positioned the dude in an angle to where he's actually looking at the statue correctly, not at an upward angle, like, because it's going to look, your nose is going to look bigger if you're looking up at something, right? Things kind of tend to look bigger, right? So he goes up and he's got a handful of dust and he's got his tools and he's not even touching the statue. And he's just trickling a little dust out of his hand. So it looks like he's reshaping. And then he goes back down to the dude. He says, hey, how about now? What do you think? He's, man, it's brilliant. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. So that's a huge problem. And it probably might be this too. This could be a problem with, why the United States is lifting or increasing its espionage threat level with you guys because of statements like this, Bibi.
Israel openly admits that he has changed the security doctrine for Israel. Look.
We changed Israel's security doctrine. We initiate, we attack, we surprise, and we attack those enemies that seek our destruction, that seek to kill us. We attack them before they have a chance to do so. If you know Hebrew, Akam lo gecha.
So my question is how do you know they seek to kill you? Or is it because you're trying to kill them? Captain Marvel actually portrayed a really good image. The bad guy that they were trying to capture in the movie actually was just defending his home. So is it the enforcement? Is it the resistance or the enforcement? Which one is it? It's like the chicken and the egg. But I mean, if you just mind your business and stop trying to gentrify the area, or I'm not sorry, ethnically cleanse. Sorry, gentrify. I mean, well, you might as well just call it gentrifying, but ethnically cleanse the area by carpet bombing all of Gaza. You're wanted for war crimes, Bibi. You know that, right? Yeah, he does know that. That's why he has to keep having this war, because as soon as the war in Israel stops and they stop bombing Lebanon and, that whole Middle East area that they say is theirs. Yeah, once that stops, Bibi is going to prison. Yep. Or possibly, they're probably going to seek the death penalty on him for committing a genocide. Everybody seems to forget about the Armenian genocide too. That's another one that was conducted by our friends with the little hats over in the Middle East. And also, too, another thing a lot of people don't understand or realize is that in the 60s, we were actually, our greatest ally in the Middle East was Iran. Just a little fun fact for you. All right. Just a little fun fact for you.
Logo, kill them first.
I mean, you heard it from the horse's mouth. But then, you know, Trump has to respond in Trump fashion. Actually, I think he handled himself pretty well in this one.
Israel has handled themselves with Lebanon and with Hezbollah. I said to Israel to let Syria take care of Hezbollah. Because to be honest with you, I think they do a better job of doing it. If Israel can't do the job without killing everyone else, he'll do the job. Syria will.
And that's a thing, too, is that it's like kind of like a religious thing for these guys. They feel like because they're removing the Gentiles. Remember, you got to remember, these people think they're God's chosen people. If I don't know, if that's not supremacy, if I've ever heard it. But did you just hear what Trump said? If he can't do it without killing everybody else around them. Their weapons are designed for mass casualties. That's so it's just one of those things. You see what I'm saying? If you, in the First Testament, God tells Moses to go into the, or not Moses, but Joshua to go into the land of milk and honey. And he's going to have to go and fight all the Jebusites and Cesarites and Ammonites and, you know, so on and so forth. Right? So they're a warring culture. Now I'm just spitballing here. Yeah, I'm just, you know, hang out for a second and let your mind. I know it's first thing in the morning. You're like, LaFond, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is that these people believe by killing everybody that's not a part of their religion, just like the Muzzies. The Muslims are the same way. It's funny how they hate each other. You know, you ever notice that? But they're ethnically cleansing the land of Gentiles. They see it. It's a religious thing for them, in my opinion. In my most gracious and humble opinion. But that's why we're raising up the spy threat on these guys, because they're pissed off because we're telling them to stop it. And they're like, we're Israel. No one tells us to stop it. And we're like, well, this is America, and without us, there would be no you. We're the only ones that support you. We're the only ones that support what you're doing. So maybe just listen to the only people that are still your friends before you don't have any friends anymore. You see what I'm saying? And then you're all by yourself and you can continue to cry about how the world hates you, but yet you're doing it to yourself. You have your own little piece of land. You have the right to exist, just like Palestine has the right to exist in any other country that wants to exist, okay, and doesn't want to come and suck the teat off the fattest cow on the planet. Okay, because we ain't got no more teats left. Everybody has a right to exist. You have your own little piece of land. Mind your fucking business. Stop asking us for money. And America, stop handing it out. Because for some reason, we're like super guilty. We're like, yeah, here's $500 billion of the taxpayers' money. Listen, if we have so much money in excess, maybe taxes are just a little too high, huh? I mean, if we have so much money to where our debt is $39 trillion, but we can still manage to find a way to give money to countries for transgender, the practice of transgenderism, to put on queer dog shows in other countries, we can find money for that. Maybe taxes are just a little too high. I'm just, you know, again, I'm here on this show. You know me. I'm just spitballing. This is obviously my humble opinion, but I mean, maybe that's the fucking problem. Maybe that's why our forefathers didn't want taxes, because they knew it'd fund a bunch of stupid shit, and then eventually shit rolls downhill. And then when the shit hits the people at the bottom. What's awesome about it is they start throwing it back up to the top. So that's always a good thing too. See the silver lining? But what's happening is that they're going to do what they normally do. The state of Israel, they're going to go and be like, oh, you guys, you know, we're going to die because of WMDs. And these guys are all trying to kill us. It's like, because you're trying to kill them. You have your state of Israel in the middle. You are the one that decided to put yourself in the middle of all of your enemies. Nobody else. You did that. You made that choice. Well, God told us. Did he? God also came down in the form of man named Jesus and tried to get you to fucking repent from being cocks. Did you? I digress. Back to the video.
I didn't like where 2 hours before we're signing the agreement that there was an attack in Lebanon, in Beirut. It was right in, it wasn't like in the southern side, you know, it was in Beirut. I did not like that. I let them know that. I've had a great relationship with Bibi, but now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon.
God, I just wish that he would have done it in Trump fashion, you know, the same way he gave it to Hillary, you know what I mean? And just let it, just air his fucking dirty laundry right out in front of God and everybody. Excuse me. That's what got him elected to begin with. Leave a comment. Let me know.
Yeah, faster. It just goes on forever. And when that happens, it throws a negative light on the big deal, and that's the deal with Iran. So when you ask me about Bibi, an unbelievable relationship.
Yeah, he's like, it's unbelievable I have to be in a relationship with this fucking psychopath. That's what he's thinking. He's like, it's an unbelievable, nothing like it. There's only one of a kind, because obviously Trump is trying to maintain his image in a world where people are trying to shit on him all the time. So he has to maintain something. Okay. He has to be the level-headed one, which either way, it doesn't matter. The point is that Trump in his mind is like, Bibi, this is one of a kind relationship. It's an incredible one. It's incredible. I'm in one with you. I can't believe this. I inherited the fucking mess of America. God damn, it's sad. But Trump is frustrated with Bibi. Clearly, he's holding himself pretty well here. But reportedly on a phone, he allegedly told Netanyahu he was fucking crazy. Yeah. And it's I'm all for it. You're a fucking nutbag. It's as simple as that. And the American people are tired of hearing about your problems when we have our own problems. Flock cameras are going up. Roads aren't getting fixed. That's funny. 40% of kids across our nation can't fucking read at grade level. I'm worried about Israel? No. I'm worried about fucking some country out in the Middle East or over the fucking Far East or over in Europe? No. South America? No. Mexico? Shit, they're even closer. No. Canada? No. Until we are running at 80% here, which we're not. We're limping. We're at like 35 if we're lucky. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I think that Americans, in my opinion, and leave yours in the comments, please. I think Americans are getting tired of hearing about everybody else's problems while watching theirs compile. I mean, that's just me. Let's go.
But Israel would have been blown up a long time ago had I not gotten involved. Without the United States, there would be no Israel.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's he's like, oh, yeah, you got to increase spy levels. We got to keep looking at spying, or we got to spy on Americans more because our only friend is about to leave. And then we will literally have nothing. What would you do without the $9 billion that we give you? We're a country of 9 million people. We have 33 million. Homelessness has got up in my state by 50% alone. I'm not worried about you, buddy. In my state alone, in New Hampshire, one of the tiniest states in the union, I think that has a lot to do with liberal policies, and then also the housing problem that we're having, which, you know, we need to pass the SAVE Act. So then in order to get the Housing Act going here, but our election should be secure. Then nobody else should be fighting against that at all. No one should be fighting that. If you show up to buy alcohol, cigarettes, you go to a venue, you have to show ID, okay? When you use your credit card in some places, you have to show fucking ID, all right? And then you got these hellbent liberal judges, which in my opinion need to be purged out of our system, because judges are not supposed to be biased. So, I mean, they're supposed to be able to make sound judgment, hence the name judge, but call me crazy. But they're blocking and saying, oh, well, you can't say that. You need to be a legal citizen or show proof of citizenship to vote. Yes, you fucking most certainly do. Yes, you most certainly do. And 90% of Americans in a whole, not just the left, not just the right, in a whole. This is like one thing that we agree on, besides these fucking data centers, which nobody wants. We'll talk about another time. This is the problem. Is you're talking about the 20%, not the 80%. 80% of people want to be able to afford a home. 80% of people want to be able to put food on the table and vote and be able to go and move through their country freely without being scrutinized or discriminated against or whatever the case may be. 80% of people want good education programs for their fucking children. 80% of people want to know the certainty of our fucking country, not Israel, not another country, but this one right here that we have, the one that our forefathers fought for, and we're letting just slip through our hands because we got all these socialists coming in and be like, oh, we hate America. Why? Because they were slave owners. What? It was legal then. And guess what? We made it illegal on some technicalities that helped us win the Civil War and everything like that. But other than that, I mean, here's a big shit sandwich for you. Without the Civil War, you'd probably still be slaves. It's not that Lincoln was against slavery. It was, you were a commodity. You see? You were a commodity that helped the war machine of the Confederacy that was fucking stomping all over Lincoln. That's true. It's fucking true. So, for all you people out here that want to bring in this fucking, oh, we hate America, oh, we got to have open borders and blah, 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 and oh, the housing market's their fault. No, the housing market's everybody that was in office. It's everybody's fucking fault, Democrat and Republican alike. It's both their faults. Well, they let it do it. 9 years ago, or not 9 years, 4 years ago, inflation was through the fucking roof. We were talked about it on Monday. I don't care about another country. I care about this country. And that's why JD is saying things like this.
Their biggest problem is the president of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in. You have seen people within Bibi's cabinet who have come out and attacked the deal, and in some ways very personally attacked the president of the United States. And I guess my message...
And the thing about it is that this is the problem. They don't like what we're saying about it. That's Mark Levin, Laura Loomer. She looks like the Jigsaw doll, right? These are all big mouths, Israel supporters. Oh, well, why are we not dropping bombs? Why are we not sending more money over to Israel and dropping bombs on our enemies? You need to protect us, guys. We're fucking a day's airplane ride away from you. What the fuck are you talking about? We need to protect you. I'm 24 hours away in the fastest transportation I have, a fucking plane. What do you want me to do about it, guys? And I would just have to say that, JD, I love what he's saying. I love it. I love what he's saying right now.
To them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time. And he happens to be the head of state of the world superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. The other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months...
Has anybody ever heard the term, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Yeah, you ever heard that term? Oh, okay. I'm just, again, just saying, thinking out loud. Sorry.
2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars. The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the president of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in.
Shit. The smell of shit, by the way. That's what he was trying to say. Here, I'll say it for you, JD. I'll say it for you, buddy. The reality of the state of your country is shit. The reality of your negotiation skills are shit. I mean, we just watched a video in the beginning of the show where they changed the doctrines of engagement for Israel. Attack first, ask questions later. Kill them before they kill us. He's getting them into a mindset of everybody's against us. We have to try to kill everybody now. It's true. It's a very, very true thing. We just watched it. Okay. Now, I highly recommend that you go and you do your own research, as I always tell everybody that watches my show. Okay. Okay. This is information that I find on the internet, and then I relay it to you. And then you should go and do the right thing and look up what I say, not just take it for face value. I tell everybody that all the time. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. So then you can confirm and be like, oh, wow, this is actually a real thing. And it's not just some propaganda online. You see what I'm saying? This is a real thing. This is a real problem, and Americans need to face this head on. I mean, I say this, if we, and I said this too on Monday, if we didn't have the rampant fraud sucking the lifeblood from us, from mostly foreigners are committing these frauds. And here's the best part, is that these bleeding heart individuals, I don't know exactly who they are, I'm going to call them Democrats, they're the ones that are, allowing it to happen. It seems to be only in blue states that this rampant fraud is happening. So, and if we didn't have that, we probably wouldn't have the deficit that we have. And if we didn't hand out all of our money to everybody for no fucking reason and for nothing in return, well, then guess what? We probably wouldn't have a $39 trillion deficit now, would we? I mean, just basic math. And shit, my GPA was like 2.0. Like, fucking dummy of the class. I barely graduated high school. Learned how to read when I was in the 3rd grade. I could put that together. But these people that get all the benefits, I'm talking about, political people that decide that they're going to make choices for us and things like that. They get all the benefit for performing like shit. Now, when you go to a job, right, and you do bad, you get fired, right? This is why you have to vote with your feet. If you don't like something, you have to vote against it. You have to show up. You can't say, oh, it's never going to change. It will. It will change. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's hard. Okay. Here's the best analogy that I've ever made. Change isn't Ozempic change. Okay. It's P90X. It sucks. It hurts. It's hard. You're going to hate yourself, but in the end, you're going to fucking look great and feel even better. Change is not easy, but it starts by showing the fuck up. That's, you think, okay, you think my show just came out of thin air and I was like, yeah, oh, yeah, hey. And even when I'm doing shitty, even when I'm like, yeah, I can't, no, I show up. Even when I'm like, I can't do this anymore, guys, bye, can't do it anymore. Drive me crazy. Got the greatest show on the internet, haven't blown up yet. Blows my mind. Doesn't bother me. You know why? Because I keep showing up. Can't help it. You have to do the same thing. You have to be brave enough to go get your own opportunity. Or somebody else is going to fucking squander it and eat it all up on you. This isn't hard. See, what's hard for people is for them to make choices. That's what's hard. See, that's why we have people making choices for us. And then what happens is with most people is we get complacent. And we say, oh, well, you know, we just haven't really seen change. It's like, well, did you show up to make change? No. Oh, well, you know, we just planted the seed in the ground and expected it to grow. Oh, okay. So you didn't show up to grow the fucking peach tree. That's why you don't have a fucking peach tree, bud. Because you didn't show up. You just expected something else, nature to take its course, right? You think people are going to do things in good faith? Not nowadays, that's for sure. That ain't like when I was a kid and there was something called integrity that seemed to be that everybody seemed to abide by. There was unwritten rules that people just unwritten rules about respect and, you know, how to conduct yourself out in society. Not anymore. But even with all the shit that surrounds us, you still live here in a place where you have a choice. You have a choice to get up and make something of yourself, or you have a choice to fucking cry about it on TikTok. Take your pick. Take your pick. No one is going to make you successful. No one is going to break off the piece of bread that you want to eat and you call success. No one is going to do that but you. You have to knead the dough. You have to get the ingredients. You have to cook it. And along the way, you're going to fuck up so many times and it's going to be beautiful. You ever notice that too in America? People can't take failure. They're like, oh my God, it's over now. Is it? Did you lose or did you learn how to win? Did you learn not to do that again? No, nowadays people are just fucking rage quit everything all the time. Fuck this, I'm never going to do it. And I know all about rage quitting. I've done it a couple times for my show. Just simply because I've been putting in so much work and I do work really hard at this, and I haven't seen any results, but it's okay. Well, I have seen some results because I actually got 2 people in here with me right now. You know what I mean? And if I did things better on my end on research and developing my show and not just being like, I'm going to do it my way, then it'd probably be a lot further along, right? So, and it took me a long time to realize that. And it took I'm the kind of person that I need to learn the hard way. And I do. That's it. I just do. That's the only way I get it. People hand it to me. I'm like, I guess most people are like this. I don't want to speak for you, but you know, when things are easily handed to you, you kind of take them for granted, right? But when you got to drag your belly across broken glass, okay, that is America. We had to fight for these 250 years. And it's going to be more of a fight because of our, you know, loose foreign liberal policies that allow everybody to just fucking come here and say, no, we're going to change laws and rules for us instead of just being Americans. Why'd you come here to have a little China or a little Italy when there's a fucking China or an Italy? Well, we wanted to have our own little piece of that over here. Well, you guys say, you know, come get your slice of the pie. It's like, well, no, that doesn't say it anywhere in the Constitution that anybody can just fucking come here. You know what's funny is that there was this comedian I saw I'm going to move on to the next video. This comedian I saw on Kill Tony, where she was talking about, China's immigration policies. And she's like, we have 2 lists. We see here in America, they have like a fucking shitload of lists, right? They got a list for this, a list for that, a list for this, a list for that. They love categorizing things. That's the commie way, right? So over in China, they have 2 lists. It's citizen or invader. Hey, call me fucking crazy, but what a way to make things efficient, huh? What a way to make things efficient. See, the Communist Party that showed up in the 1960s at Congress and said, we will overthrow. They're doing a pretty good fucking job. They're doing a pretty good job. But that doesn't mean it's over, and that doesn't mean we can't fight back. That doesn't mean that we can't stop and turn things around. We can, Look at the people that, what's that? Who's that big ass fat dude from Boy Meets World? Or what's that movie there? American History X. When he lost all that fucking weight, and he was like fucking 600 pounds. Look at all those people that go and lose all that weight. We can turn around. I am a very optimistic person, and I will not be any other way until I'm fucking dead. I just can't help it. That's actually when I was in high school. That's what I was in the yearbook. Out of everything else, I was Mr. Optimistic. I never fucking quit. I can't. Now, remember when I said I wish Trump was more like when he stuck it to Hillary? Well, here let's take a little walk down memory lane, shall we?
$916 million laws to avoid paying personal federal income taxes.
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most.
Look at her face. This is that moment. This is that moment when one of theirs said, not today. I can't do it anymore, guys. The guilt, the weight, I've got all this shit and I can do something about it. Could you imagine what's going through Trump's mind at that very moment where he's like, I have a real fucking chance of winning. People really love me. And I can make change. And he did. And he has. And he continues to do, which gets undermined by mainstream and social media. And everybody just wants you to see all the bad shit. They don't want you to talk about the good stuff that's happening here in America. Like gas prices going down. Anyways, back to the video. This is one of these moments, though, that makes you proud. Like, yeah, this is that fight. See? That I was just talking about.
Of her donors. I know many of her donors. I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it, and so did Warren Buffett, and so did George Soros, and so did many of the other people that Hillary is getting money from. She complains that Donald Trump took advantage of the tax cut. Well, why didn't she change it? Why didn't you change it when you were a senator? The reason you didn't is that all your friends take the same advantage that I do, and I did.
And it's funny is I hear all these liberals and Democrats because the primaries are coming up for Senate and everything like that, and election cycles coming through. And, I hear all these people say, oh, well, they, been in there for 5 years and property taxes and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, what about you before that, though? Like, you had an opportunity to change it. That party had an opportunity to change it when they were in power, whatever, when they were in power, and they didn't change it because they did exactly what Trump just said. They took advantage of it. And then they want to go, and cry wolf. See?
You have provisions in the tax code that frankly we could change, but you wouldn't change it because all of these people give you the money so you can take negative ads on Donald Trump.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Oh yeah. And you know what's funny is that now that's why they're so afraid. That's why they're attacking so much with lawfare, and they're trying to get it hung up in the courts and this and that, because it's coming. It's coming. You can feel it. That little electrical charge that's in the air. It's coming. The Democrat Party is in shambles right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a joke. They're fucking flat broke. Flat broke. We have I say we because I vote Republican, because they're the only ones that have any fucking sense in their brains, in my opinion. If there was a sensible policy that Democrats supported, like, stop saying you're going to abolish law enforcement and defund it, and we're going to get social workers there and shit. I'm not going to listen to you then. You're a crazy person. That shit doesn't work. I don't want to hear what you have to say if you think that our fucking forefathers were fucking slave owner colonizers. Because that's what they were thinking about when they came here, right? Actually, most of them were already fucking here. So the English were colonizers, not the Americans. All right. And then we just so happened to be better at taking over things. And that's what we did. It's the natural way. And that's what these fucking Satanistic fucking Marxists want to believe. Sorry, I couldn't find the words there for a second. Is that, oh, we have to be inherently guilty for what we come from and where we come from. Fuck that shit. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud of my history. Is it perfect? No. Is anybody's history perfect? I want to hear about somebody having a perfect history to where they didn't ever they never went to war with anybody. They never fought with their neighbor. I want to hear it. I want to hear about this utopic society that these fucking commie liberals keep trying to stuff down everybody's throat. Well, the only way that'll work is if everybody's a fucking eunuch. Do I have the answers? Does anybody have the answers? No. How about just having a little bit of faith and have a little bit of love from what you come from? Is it perfect? No. You think your parents were perfect? Perfect little angels that walked the straight and narrow? I'm not saying everybody's parents weren't. You know, most Christian parents are, walk the straight. There are a lot of people that walk the straight and narrow, But do you think that they didn't get into situations that they would consider or be deemed bad? Stop it. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. Nothing is going to be perfect at the right time. It's the journey. It's not the destination, because we all know what's going to happen in the end. So it's the fucking journey. It's the struggles. It's the ups. It's the downs. It's the wins. It's the fucking everything in between. And you want this perfect society where everybody fucking cuts their wieners off and glues on tits, and everybody glues on wieners and cuts off tits? Is that what we want here? You should be thanking God for Donald J. Trump, because once Obama put the rainbow flag in the White House, we were in trouble, people. That's my opinion. Leave yours in the comments. All right. I hope that was inspirational for you. I try to be that way sometimes. I don't always try to be funny. I do always try to be funny, but there are some times, especially with all this, you get constantly barraged by it, and liberals are very smug and they piss me off. And I don't like to hear what they have to say, even though I want to hear what they have to say. I really do. I'm not like one of these people like, shut the fuck up, you're a liberal. When you talk, the sounds sound like an asshole smacking. And it's just off-putting. You see what I'm saying? because you think that you know, and you think you're smarter than everybody, and like you're in on something, or you have an edge, and like because you want to change things, man. We're going to have a revolution, man, by allowing just people to come here, man. Didn't you know? We're like going to tax the rich until they run away and take all the jobs in business. And we don't have the capabilities or the cognitive function to actually make things work because we believe everything comes for free. Isn't that funny? Isn't that fun? You know what's funny is that in the fucking Bible, it says you still have to work the land. It's so fucking crazy how people think like if we didn't have jobs that we'd just be sitting around looking at the sky. I'm sure we would do that. I mean, shit, I do that now, you know. But you'd still be working. You'd still be going out fishing or hunting, gathering food, fixing your little wigwam that you made, making sure your camp's a little bit better than it was yesterday. You'd be working. Now you just work in a different way. See, you're spending time. You're either spending time or you're spending money, but you're spending something because you don't get nothing for nothing. You don't. You have to give up something to get something. That's just how the world works. This is something that my physics professor would talk, not professor, my physics teacher would talk to me about when I was in fucking high school. But for some reason, we can't grasp that reality. Shit, we can't even figure out what fucking bathrooms we want people to use. And I like how liberals are like, oh, priorities. Like, I don't want a man walking in behind my daughter into the girls' bathroom. I don't care how you identify. That's not a thing for me. What's going to be a thing for you is picking up your fucking teeth off the foot. That's going to be a thing for you. And that's just how, that's a common sense thing. See, I grew up in a time where men protected and defended women. Now we live in a time where, oh, men can pretend to be women. See why you're getting a little bit of pushback from some of the reality you're trying to make a reality, or this lunacy that lives in your head? And then you try to make it a reality by forcing people with laws and taxes and, you know, voting people out, just like all these foreigners do here. They come in and then they start implementing laws that benefit them and their people instead of the American people. And then they try to mask it as, oh, well, we're a melting pot. This is good. No, it's not. Many people with many different beliefs are not a unified people. I'm just saying. Especially when the other people hate America and want to change it to be their America instead of what America was already established to be, the greatest fucking country. There is no other social experiment like ours. None. That's why everybody wants a little piece of the pie. I'm just saying. All right. This next video I got for you. All right. Enough. I love America. You guys are always going to, and I love you too. And I always want you to be the best that you can be. Okay. But we got to have some fun. I'm sitting here and I'm fucking monologuing away. We need to be reacting to some fucking videos. I'm sorry.
Snake in the driveway. Right.
Hold on, guys. I'll be back in a flash.
Now, this is the health secretary right here. RFK. Guy 70 years old can do fucking 45 pull-ups. 70 years old. I don't want to hear your fucking excuses anymore. And that is a rattlesnake. What kind of rattlesnake? I don't know. Is he barehanding that thing? Yes. This is the guy that I want to be in charge of my health. 100%. He's probably going to bite the head off of that rattlesnake and drink its venom. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch this with you. This is fucking stupid. Oh, man. This guy, I love him.
You know, it's small.
guy fucking wrangles snakes. He's a falconer. He's got a falcon and a fucking hawk. This is the guy I want to be in charge of Get Up and Move. Absolutely. Because by the time you're done going through his program, you're gonna be running fucking Spartan races. This guy is wrestling a fucking rattlesnake. It is awesome.
Only you.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Only you. Yeah.
This is incredible. That is a fucking Western back rattlesnake, or Western rattlesnake, I believe. It's not a diamondback. You fucking. It's not a timber rattler. This is incredible. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Here we go. This is the part where he does the Ozzy Osbourne. Here it comes. He's going to bite the fucking head off and internalize its power. There can only be one. You never know that this guy did heroin, huh? Sober 40 years.
No. I'll let it. Here.
These are beautiful.
This is awesome.
This is a Western Diamondback. You can tell.
Oh, Western Diamondback. Okay.
These
Yep.
rings at the end of this tail.
Oh my God.
Gonna put him in here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All safe.
Ain't gonna do nothing now.
Much better place for this guy.
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. What would have made it even way cooler is if he actually did bite the head off. But most rattlers carry a hemotoxin venom that destroys tissue, causes internal bleedings, and wrecks the body's ability to clot blood. While some, like the Mojave rattlesnake, also mixed a neurotoxin that can shut down the body's ability to breathe, pretty much. A lethal dose to a human is usually around 50 to 150 milligrams. Oof, that's not very much. And it depends on the species. And big diamondbacks can actually inject well over that with one bite. Actually, the most deadly snake to get bit by is their little babies, because they can't control the venom glands, the pits that sit behind their head. There's like these little venom sacs there. And as they get older, they learn how to compress and decompress, so if they're just like trying to scare something and they're not trying to inject the venom, they can control that. It's actually really cool. But the little babies, they can't. They just, when they bite you, they inject fully. And you're like, yeah, you're probably going to die from that. But a serious bite can kill untreated an adult anywhere between 6 to 24 hours. Non-fatal bites can still leave permanent damage, muscle loss, kidney failure, neurosis. So maybe, if you want to walk on the wild side, maybe go order Starbucks actually in the shop. If you want to walk on the wild side, maybe stop and talk to the homeless guy, that sits there and playing the guitar in his underwear. You know what I mean? Maybe don't wrestle a fucking rattlesnake. I don't recommend it, but RFK Jr., you're the fucking man. This is incredible. And if you do get bit by any snake, and you don't know what it is, go and get medical attention immediately. Okay. Most of the time, if you get bit by, a snake that has venom, they're going to have these long tube-like fangs that come out, and restrictors are going to have fangs. Their teeth don't stick out. You know what I mean? They're kind of like just made to hold and like grab and pull you in. You see what I'm saying? So, but don't go fucking around trying to wrestle snakes and shit like that. I was just trying to show everybody how cool RFK is, because he is. He's the fucking man. Everybody wants to complain about him. He's got brain worms. Yeah, well, you've got the liberal brain fucking disease. So shut up, okay? You shave your head and tell people you have alopecia. Shut up. Stop it. Ayanna Pressley. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Fucking crazy. Anyways, this next video I got for you here
is greedy.
I'm going to give this money back to the farmers where it belongs.
So this is Vermont, and that is Mark Coaster. He's a Republican running against Becca, the lady that we talked about on Monday on the last show, where she was deep fake. This is a deep fake. Oh my gosh, we're going to build legislation. So this is the thing too, is that this lady wants to come up and show up to all the trendiest riots and protests and scream and shout for her TikTok fame, because you know she's getting paid by TikTok. You know all these social media places are paying these people. So they're making money crying, oh, tax the rich, whilst becoming wealthy themselves off of your dime. These guys are grifters. It's crazy. Anyways, same guy, Planet Hank. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'll be on a segment with me. I'll actually probably have a segment, a separate show. It'll be a special one that I'll promote a lot better than what I do now. And we'll get the guy who made these videos up here, because he is funny.
Hey, give him his money back!
Give me back my money! It's not your money. It's the taxpayers' money.
Is this an AI video? This is a deep fake!
Well, I didn't make it.
You're not allowed to do this!
Fascist! You fascist bastard!
Help Mark Kirster get our money back.
Kirster.
You're a radical extremist! We're tax.
A radical extremist wants to help Vermonters. He's a logger. He's a blue-collar worker. He actually ran against Becca, current Congress lady, or seating Congress, in 2024 and lost. Now he's doing it again, and he's going after working class, and Vermont is not doing too well anyways. And they haven't been. It's the liberal policies. It's the socialism. It's the let people be people. Back in the 90s, actually, was the last time Vermont saw a Republican in a seat of Congress, or a Republican in any position of political power in Vermont. And that's no joke. Since the 1990s. Can you imagine? That's 50 years of socialist just browbeating you. Could you imagine all these Karens that are like, chop your wieners off and tell your kids to do the same thing? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And now this guy right here, which I'm back, dude. The rural economy, these farmers, the day-to-day workers, that's what really brings in the money. We can't tax the billionaires to bejesus, because we do need them. It's a circle. Okay. We all need each other. Okay. The greatest commandment in the Bible is to love thy neighbor like thy love thyself. That's the greatest commandment in the Bible. Don't forget it. We need each other. Equality, okay, diversity is not our strength. It's not any nation's strength. Look at over in Europe. It is literally crumbling. Okay, because of their liberal migration policies. All right, we'll be next if we don't do something about it. Just look. You think these people are coming over here to be like, yeah, it's all right, you can eat pork on Ramadan? No, they don't like that at all. So they're going to harass you and browbeat you. They'll vote liberal, and then in the communities that they serve, they'll act conservative. You see, because they don't like the liberalism, but they know what it'll do. It'll allow them to get into a position of power. It's asymmetric warfare. You fucking people are just so dumb. And these liberals just don't know when they're being played like a fucking fiddle. And they're being used. And they think it's okay. Remember that whole thing? You will have nothing and be happy about it. That's liberalism. And hopefully this guy gets voted in. I really hope that this Mark guy gets voted in.
The rich. I thought that's what you wanted. No, not that money. Everyone else's money.
Yeah.
Climate change, losers.
Vermont will fight back.
Go back to New York. Vermont is saved.
I hate farmers.
See, and if we had more people like this guy saying, go back to New York.
That money, everyone else's money.
That is funny. Not that money, everybody else's money. We want everybody else to be taxed to fucking bejesus so we can go fund transgender fucking puppet shows over in Afghanistan. You know, we don't want our money to be taxed. We want to be able to use tax code and tax laws to be able to cheat the system. But people that cheat the system, well, we're just going to throw the book at them. Oh, and you know, unless you check off the boxes, because then what kind of privilege would you have if you didn't sit in one of your boxes, right? White people, don't even get in line. Don't even get in line. Okay. Your privilege, you don't have any. It's fucking crazy. Vermont will be saved. Of course, Vermont's going to be saved. Of course, Vermont's going to be saved. Our country will come back to normal. All this craziness will go away. It really will. People will get tired of it. People will get tired of it. So, anyways, all right, guys. After this. When disaster hits, you don't want excuses. You want action and peace of mind. An emergency storable food from My Patriot Supply does just that, delivering over 2,000 calories a day in 8 hearty varieties, good for over 25 years. That's 25 years of protection for when the stinky stuff hits the fan. So scan the QR code up in the corner or click the link down in the description and protect you and your family for when emergency strikes. All orders before 3 p.m. ships same day, and anything over $150 ships for free. Remember, calories equal energy, and energy equals survival. Be ready for anything before anything happens with My Patriot Supply. Now back to the show. Hey. Now here we are, one of my favorite segments, Stop Resisting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Okay. You can watch Stop Resisting around this time, 6:30 a.m. OTPH Show. Greatest fucking show on the internet. All right. Now let's get to talking about ICE.
Sir, what do you think about this protest here?
I think it's pretty stupid.
Oh, bravo, sir. Bravo. Please continue.
Why do you think it's stupid?
Well, because the law enforcement is out here trying to defend our country by getting the migrants out. And what's happening is you got a bunch of people who have been ill-informed or have basically drank the Kool-Aid that are doing things that they think are right but are actually very wrong.
What do you think about the police officers moving these protesters after 6 p.m.?
I believe that they have whatever mandate and orders that they have, and I believe that the public should follow them. I don't think that there is going to be an issue with people peacefully protesting or speaking their mind. But when you start to ignore the orders of police officers, it becomes a problem.
That's when it becomes a problem. It's a safety issue, really, when you think about it. When you got a bunch of crazy people that can't think straight, it becomes a problem. Especially when it's mob mentality. When you got it's like a fucking group of fucking turkeys. Ladies and gentlemen, when you got these kind of people standing around, none of them are thinking straight because they're all emotionally charged. Yeah. You got to get some kind of law and order. You got to get some kind of rule going on around here before somebody gets hurt. And then you complain that, oh, law enforcement didn't do their job.
And why do you think here in America people think they can just push the police and get away with it?
Because for so long, there's been nothing done about it. They just do it, and then the next guy does it, and does it, and does it, and nobody goes to jail, no one gets arrested. And now people are starting to realize that if you touch the police and you break the law, you're going to go to jail. This administration is not playing around.
Stop resisting. Yeah, see, and we're not. And that's the thing, is that they're not playing around. The defund the police thing is over. People are always wondering, like, oh, hey, why are officers brutalizing? It's like, well, look at how they're being treated. And I'm not saying that that's right, and they shouldn't do that at all. They should never, ever brutalize another individual, especially while they're handcuffed. But people snap. Look at all these crazy people out here fucking protesting, the enforcement of immigration laws. So people can snap, man. It happens. It's unfortunate, but we're at a time right now where we can't have craziness running around. Everybody's on edge right now. We need to have law enforcement neutralize situations. This is the only way to do it when people are being unruly and unwilling to listen. This isn't a revolution. This is about safety right now. Okay. No one's being oppressed. All right. You live in a land of opportunity. We talk about this all the time on the show. Okay. Go the fuck home.
These are federal workers and state workers. They need to be protected just like everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? That means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Yep. This fucking guy, get this man a fucking job. This man needs a fucking job now, ASAP. If you're willing to put your hands on law enforcement, what are you willing to do to the average citizen? You know, there's a pastor, it was all over the internet this morning, where he beat the brakes off of somebody that kept saying he was going to rape his children and rape his wife. And then once he left the state, he was going to go there to his house and kill him. And that pastor went over and beat the fucking dog snot out of him. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved every little bit of it. We'll be talking about it on Sunday. But right here, this is what he said right here. This is probably the most.
Everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? That means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Yep. If you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem. These people don't have a moral compass. Federal prosecutors in Texas charged several Antifa alleged defendants. Several Antifa alleged aligned defendants with a stack of serious offenses after investigations say a group coordinated a violent attack targeting political opponents and using encrypted channels to plan assaults across the state lines, which oh shit, I lost my place. Which is why the case is landed in federal courts. So it's not a state matter anymore, especially when you're conducting yourself over state lines. I get it now. So they're getting fucking smoked with conspiracy charges. But see, the thing about it is that they're looking at serious time. They're looking at 50 years. But this is what really needs to be comprehended here, is that the DHS is not playing around. The guy said it. This administration is not playing around. Fun time is over. If you're going to assault people, you're going to go to prison. That's what happens. You break the law, you go to jail. It's tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Play stupid games, win stupid fucking prizes. I don't understand why this is so fucking complicated for people to understand. You cannot assault law enforcement. You can't assault anybody. We watch people get assaulted all the time on this show for no reason, over a fucking milkshake. The other day, the one on Monday, a lady got assaulted over a fucking milkshake. Oh, we need to build more prisons. So this happened out in Minnesota right here. So this happened out in Minnesota after 15 people were charged with conspiracy to block and let's see, disrupt, violently coordinate conspiracy aligned Antifa activists in Minnesota conspiracy to coordinate violent offenses and protest I can't fucking read this morning. Sorry. So what happened out in Minnesota, I'm just going to paraphrase what I have written down. So what happened out in Minnesota is a group of individuals that coordinated attacks to block and impede federal law enforcement were charged with conspiracy. You see? So, and now they're looking at 5 to 20 years, depending on, who's prosecuting and, how well the case is handled. If it's handled anything like Charlie Kirk's murder case, well, we're going to have a fucking problem. But this is what happened on the outside. See, this is why. Who the fuck shows up? Watch this. Look at this. Look at this absolute mayhem. First of all, that fucking guy, that dude that just pulled that fucking tear gas canister and threw that right there, you deserve to be in the back of the fucking line with the rest of them. Like, what in the fucking... What was that? Demote him. This kid was standing right there. He picked up a tear gas canister and tried to throw it back at law enforcement. What does that tell you? What does that tell you with our morality, people? We still have to respect authority. You see? If we lived, who would be in charge if we lived in a socialist society? Who would make the rules? Authority, right? I mean, you would have to respect those rules, right? We'd all have to get together and respect those laws and those rules, right? And if you don't like those laws and those rules, what you would do is you would go to the authority and you would say, hey, listen, a group of us are saying, we don't really like this speed limit shit. Is there something that we can do to get it changed? Because we have a group of us and you're the authority figure and we have somebody right here that we're willing to get voted in and we stand and support him, So are we going to have these change? Like, who makes the rules in the society that these people want? Where they want to defund the police and they want to defund federal law enforcement. Oh, but reminder, okay, just an FYI, these are the same people that will be calling law enforcement as soon as shit hits the fan. It's not a joke. They're fucking crazy, delusional people. Look at this lady. It's like a battle scene out here. Just all orange spray and taser probes. It's fucking awesome. See? Did you learn something? Did you learn something? You probably shouldn't try to riot at a federal building. You know what I mean? Like, I guess they didn't learn anything from the George Floyd thing because they didn't care. They didn't care. They're like, yeah, it's going to cost, $23 billion worth of damage, but yeah, fuck it. Whatever, dude. Well, that's fine. We'll just tax the people more and then we'll go and cry and say it's racist if we don't get the money. See? See how that works? Summer love, man. Look at that pussy throw. Look at that. If he threw that canister the right way, I just, it probably would have been a different result. They probably should have led with the pepper spray to back people up and then roll out the canister. I mean, I'm just speculating here, but it probably would have been smarter to get people off of the door and back people away from the door, then administer tear gas and continue pepper spray and taser if you need to, batons, to keep people back. But these people shouldn't even be here, in my opinion. So law enforcement wouldn't have to behave like this if these people were normal thinking individuals and were at home watching it on TV like everybody else. That's crazy. It's just crazy that that's even happening, and it's a shame too. You don't ever want to see people be tasered and peppers, but I mean, if you deserve it, then yes, I do want to see that. But I don't want to see innocent people getting hurt. I don't want to see people. They're obviously media is going to turn it and try to spin it and make it look like officers are being brutal or brutalizing these individuals, but it's not the case at all. Officers protect and serve. That's just what they do. Okay. We just watched a video. They show up with a mandate. They have to fulfill that mandate. That's how the law works. It's just like military is the same way. Okay. There's a lot of gray area when it comes to law enforcement, which hamstrings these officers from actually conducting themselves appropriately, because a lot of those individuals should have been arrested. In my mind, none of those individuals should have even been there, or even supporting the idea that people are out here impeding law enforcement. Could you imagine? That's what these people are out here doing. They're like, yeah, this is okay. We think it's okay that it's to assault law enforcement and then go and cry victim when law enforcement comes down on you. Stop resisting. How about that? How about this? How about you just go the fuck home and stop wasting taxpayer money by showing up? And you know how much it costs to buy all this shit that they expend? You don't care. They don't care. They think that they're fighting for the right cause, and they're not. They're just brainwashed communists that think everything happens for nothing. Do you know that Karl Marx, 4 of his kids died from starvation? 2 of them killed themselves, and one of them, the last one, supported him for his entire life. Man, communism. The very guy that wrote the book about communism. Man, he was living just fine. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have a problem, right? His kids had a problem, but the authority didn't have a problem, right? It's weird. It's funny how that works. Anyways, this last video I got here for you. ICE just dogpiling and people just stopping and watching. Let's hear what they have to say about it, though.
Bad, bro.
So I'm assuming that he's saying things like, get the fuck off of me. I didn't do nothing wrong. Listen, stop resisting if you didn't do anything wrong. See, if you didn't do anything wrong and you are not breaking the law and you're here legally, then you'll be fine. They're not just going to deport you for no reason. Okay. If you're here legally and you didn't break the law, ICE would not be arresting you right now. Okay. You don't have any. The only reason you're scared is because you broke the law. See, it's like when I was a kid and I smoked weed for the first time, and then I went and drove my car, and I thought that the cops I was driving slower than the speed limit because I thought that was safer, which it wasn't. It's actually fucking dumb. You see, just like these guys, they're like, oh, well, we'll just blend in, and maybe because we broke the law, we'll be forgiven for breaking the law for so long, knowing that I had to report myself. Never did. Maybe they'll show me some amnesty. No, get out. Get out. Because while you're here, you're probably receiving all these benefits that you're probably sending back home, because a lot of them do that. Okay. There was an El Jabab over in Somalia. Wasn't the Somali fraudster sending money over there? Right? It's funny how that is. It's funny how they send our money back home, but they won't go back home to actually fix their own home. It's weird to me, but ICE is going to change that. You see, I believe in supporting it 100%. I have no problem with what these people are doing. If you did not break the law, then why are you resisting? I say this a million times on Stop Resisting. Comply, then complain. Comply, then complain. Don't sit here and try to make it worse, because now you're just making yourself look guilty. Now, all the things that you laying on the ground, screaming, crying, putting on a fucking show, instead of just being like, hey, guy, they walked up to you. You should have just immediately turned around and cuffed up and got everything situated. So then that way you would be brought back to wherever you came from. Or not saying being like, if you're here legally, right, then you can stay. It's fine. Sorry about the confusion. Right now, there's a problem. There's a lot of people that look like you that are here illegally, and we have to filter through. It's not a racist thing. It's just that there are a lot of people that look like you, and we have to go through and filter through all these people to make sure that, they are not here illegally. So no offense to you. Keep up the good work. Keep fighting for your citizenship. Absolutely. Become an American. Whatever. Be an American and love the land that you're trying to be a part of. If not, get the fuck out. I can't say that enough. But law enforcement's just doing their job. And again, there have been times where in a situation when I was in corrections where the dude, he gets squirrely because he's going to get caught and he doesn't want to catch more charges. And it happens. It's a fight or flight thing.
Oh, they got his head on the fucking.
No. Yep. This is what happens.
You close to the bump.
See. Look at that.
Go.
It's in Jersey. Sorry, buddy. See, and this is the thing right here. Ready? Yep. It's okay. See, the thing about it is it's okay. If you're not here breaking the law, we're going to get it figured out. And to clear up any type of confusion about what a misdemeanor is, it's a minor infraction. Okay. So if you have a minor infraction, like a misdemeanor that you have to get cleared up, right? And then you go and get more misdemeanors on top of it, like resisting, you see that, then, or you go get more misdemeanors on top of your one misdemeanor, then I think in some states, most states, it's 3 misdemeanors as a felony. You see what I'm saying? Or 3 strikes, then it's a felony, right? So, and you're also sitting here resisting catching more charges, but that's just what it is. The more you resist, the more it's going to suck for you. I'm not saying that I agree fully with law enforcement on a lot of the rules and stuff like that. I don't. Okay. But I also know that it's a lot worse for you if you resist and you fight them, because they're just going to stack up charges. They're going to say, oh, you kicked me. Oh, this, oh, that. It's just going to be a mess for you. Then from there, you got assault on a Leo, okay, on a law enforcement officer. You got resisting, not only soft resisting, but then you got violently resisting because you're sitting here, squirming. That once you start clinching up, that is violent. That's technically called violent. You don't have to hit or kick them at all. That violent resistance is when you tighten up your muscles and you don't let them freely cuff you. I'm telling you right now. Okay. I know from experience because I wanted to be a law enforcement officer. I studied real hard like a champion, and I realized there's no winning in that game. But I do support law enforcement 100%. Again, don't support all the laws. And I'll call it out here on Stop Resisting whenever I see it. But I agree with this law right here. I agree with, if you're going to come here, do it the right way. And I say this because I watched my brother Zach and his wife fight tooth and nail to get her citizenship. So for these people to be like, oh, well, they have families. They were here. They've already been here for like 10 years. So give them amnesty. No, fuck you. You don't get to come to our country and break our laws. I don't care how minuscule it is. You broke the law. You obviously don't respect our laws and our way of life, which is a land of laws, right? That's what they call us. So if you don't like the laws, then don't come here illegally. It's as simple as that. If you don't like law enforcement being all up in your shit, then don't break the fucking law, stupid. I mean, it's pretty fucking simple. And if you do find yourself in a situation like this, comply, then complain. Comply, then complain. Okay? Don't get yourself hurt. Don't get any of these officers hurt. Just take it on the chin. Keep everybody calm like a real man. It's going to take a couple hours. It's going to suck. Things are going to get figured out, and then you're going to be on your way. It's nothing against you. We just have to siphon through a lot of people that look a lot like you. Sorry.
Oh, they got his head on the fucking...
On the ground. On the ground, yes.
Watch it here. You close to the bunker. Go.
And these people are just tailing these officers that are just doing their job. Most of these people don't even know what the what the immigration laws are even close to being. They have no idea what type of laws are actually enforced on these people. Do they have rights? Yeah, but it's not the same as legal citizens. You need to know what the fuck you're talking about before you come out here and you start running your mouth and trying to paint these guys in a bad light. They have families too, you know. They have families that they want to feed. They have bills that they have to pay, just like you, except for you take the fucking handouts. These guys are actually going and doing something and cleaning up the fucking streets. Did we forget about the illegals that did these horrible things to these little kids and females? Most of them were assaulted horribly, possibly lost their life. A lot of them lost their lives. They got to go. Sorry, you got to go. There's a language barrier. There's a cultural barrier. There's a you don't respect me barrier. You got to get the fuck out. Sorry. And what happens when somebody comes into your house unwanted? Or let's say you're having a party, somebody gets out of control and you ask them to leave and they say no. What happens? You make them leave, right? Because it's your property, because it's your house. You ask them to leave. It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. This has been Stop Resisting. Thank you guys so very much. Make sure you watch me, Stop Resisting, 6:30 a.m. on the OTPH Show, the greatest fucking show on the internet. Now, back to the OTPH Show. All right, guys. Thank you so very much for being here with me. We're going to get into some things here. Let's see. We got the final 3 videos, and then I got to get the fuck out of here. I got shit to do, like work. This is my job too as well. I love this job. I don't make any money doing this job. I shouldn't say that. I should say I make like peanuts. Hopefully one day I'll be able to make lots and lots of money like this guy right here. Whoever invented this right here is fucking a genius. Check this out. Look at that. Magnificent. See, anybody that's on the grill, it's got to have these. Look at that. Guys, you already know. Come on, from the beginning, from the tippity top. Look at that. Oh my gosh, come on. Happy Father's Day, guys. Happy Father's Day, right? Anyways, we got this next video here for you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I really do appreciate you. So if I go and I give you, let's say we're at the lake house, right? Let's say we're on a vacation. We just got to the lake house, and what's the first thing that you do, right? You normally go and you scope out for local food real quick that you could get because you got to unpack, you got to get ready. First thing you're going to go down to the beach. That's the first thing you're going to do is jump in the water, right? But you got to get things ready. You don't have time to cook. What do? You go order pizzas, right? Now, if I give you $150 to go get pizzas and I fucking see you carrying them like this. Oh, buddy, we're throwing hands. I'm a pizza snob, by the way. I am a fucking pizza snob. Okay. If I see you carrying my fucking pizzas like this, buddy, oh, you're catching hands, dude. Look at this.
Are you fucking crazy?
Yep. This is a crazy person. Look at this shit. There is a special place in hell for you, lady. Who the fuck carries a pizza like this? Who? What person? Is she carrying her baby at the same time? That's what it fucking looks like. This is absolutely out of control. This should be illegal. I would be so fucking pissed off. I would be so fucking pissed off. I'd be like, what happened? Oh, I was, I dropped him. You've had the fuck? No, you didn't. Because I just saw you on TikTok. You went viral. 1 million views for carrying fucking pizzas. Like you're carrying a box. Like you're carrying a fucking box filled with shit. Look at this. Look at how she's carrying these fucking pizzas. This should be illegal.
Look at her carrying pizzas. Are you fucking crazy?
Fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking
That's
crazy.
How you carry
Look at
pizza?
This.
Are you fucking out of your mind?
Yep, absolutely. I gotta watch that one more time. I can't believe this shit.
Look at her carrying pizzas.
I can believe it.
Are
but
you
look,
fucking crazy?
I never thought that I'd see this. You know what I mean? Like I never thought that I'd actually see a crazy person carrying fucking pizzas this way. It's like seeing a unicorn out in the wild. It's incredible, right? It's breathtaking. It's like watching a great white shark jump out of the water. It's absolutely incredible. What's so incredible about it is that it's fucking stupid for carrying a pizza this way. Oh my God.
That's how you carry pizza? Are you fucking out of your mind?
Oh my God. They gotta be out of their mind. And you got to be out of your mind if you've been here and you haven't liked, shared, subscribed yet. Thank you so very much for being here with me this very morning. I can't talk for some reason. My brain's not functioning. That's because I have only had 1 cup of coffee. And that's all right. I do it all for you. It'll get better. It'll get better. It always does. It always does. I just got to get back in the rhythm. Anyways, guys, before we get into this last video, I just want to say to you, thank you so very much for liking, watching, loving everything that we do here at the OTPH Show. Raw steel and sex appeal, gravy train on biscuit wheels. So get on board because we're a movement that's going to the top with your love and support. And thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Best way to support the show, scan the QR code up in the corner. Best way to support the show for free is to like, share, and subscribe. Ring my bell, all that fun stuff, and tell everybody about the greatest fucking show on the internet, the OTPH Show, and watch me Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. 5:30 a.m. Greatest fucking show on the internet. Now, let's get to this last video here. Now, this last one I got for you, this one's a fucking doozy, guys. This is why they say you save your best for last.
Are they my children?
It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath, sir.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Ma'am, it's all right. Just hold them
They have black hair. They have black skin. What is going on?
Sir, genetics can be...
They're not my babies.
Sir, genetics. You fucking what? Stop it. Genetics? Is this even fucking possible for 2 blonde-haired, blue-eyed individuals to have 2 black-haired, curly-haired babies? This is real life fucking me, myself, and Irene. Look at that.
Happening right now? Are they my children?
It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath, sir.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Ma'am, it's all right. Just hold them
They have black hair. They have black skin. What is going on?
Sir, genetics can be...
They're not my babies.
Okay.
Please stop.
She been sneaking out getting monkey fucked.
Uh-huh.
She been doing it too, bitch. Don't cry now.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, wait, I feel bad for Buddy. He don't even know. Well, he know now.
Yeah. That's that. Holy shit, I don't even know what to say. This is why we should have paternity laws, right? Right. To protect fathers from this shit. The guy's like, oh, genetics are weird. Okay. All right, cool. Let's get a fucking paternity test right fucking now. Are these my fucking kids? The 2 black twins. White hair, blue eyes, skin the color of fucking fresh milk.
Happening right now? Are they?
You cannot make this shit up.
It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath, sir.
Oh, my God. Oh my God.
Ma'am, it's all right. Just hold him.
They have black hair. They have...
See, the simpidemic. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. This is what happens right here. This guy's probably a simp. He's probably like, yeah, trust this girl. Like, yeah, go out all the time with your friends. Yeah, it's fine. That's cool. Come home 1 o'clock in the morning all the time. That's fine. That's cool. Oh, I'm pregnant. Oh, how'd you get pregnant? We don't ever have fucking sex, lady. So how'd you get pregnant? Oh, remember that one time when I came home, I was drunk every night? This is fucking crazy. I don't know what to say about this at all. I hope that this dude, there's some kind of law that protects this guy out here to where he does not have to take care of these fucking children and she has to pay him something. This is fucking crazy. The emotional damage alone. And I'm not that kind of, you know what I mean? But like when it comes to children, like I love my kids. I absolutely love them. If this was to happen to me, I'd go absolutely psychotic. That'd probably be the day they put me in a loony bin. Like you just don't fuck with a man's kids, right? Like it's hard. Here, let's put it like this. Since I'm not really on a funny kick this morning. Normally, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. So let's do it like this. For people that are out there, like especially females that are cheating and have gotten pregnant by another man and are with another man right now, husband or boyfriend that you've been with for a long time. I know it's hard, but what's harder is what that person's going to have to deal with for the rest of their life. They're never going to forget it. For lack of better word, you have emotionally raped them. And this is why men shut out. This is why people shut out in general when it comes to cheating. But could you imagine being there, big day, and out pop 2 little black kids? I hope that they're healthy. I'm not wishing any ill on the children. It's not their fault. I hope they grow up to be happy and healthy. You know, probably not with how they were born. This is. Could you imagine the first thing came into the world is the person that your dad that you thought was your dad? Because I'm sure the guy was like, oh yeah, you know, hey guy, what's up? Like I was with my, with my kids, talking to them in the belly and stuff like that. And then they hear his voice freaking out like, these aren't my children. Do you think these kids don't understand? They do. They understand energy, that's for sure. They're going to understand that their mom just made their life so fucking difficult. All for what? Because you couldn't control yourself emotionally. That's what I should have named the show. Control yourself. Because that's all it is. Just fucking these emotional outbursts of people doing stupid fucking shit, whether it's politicians, whether it's fucking foreign policies, or it's fucking foreigners here doing stupid fucking shit, law enforcement doing fucking stupid shit, just all emotionally weak fucking people. I should have named the show Control Yourself. Because this woman couldn't control herself, she's destroyed this family. She's absolutely destroyed this family because she can't control herself. This is absolutely incredible. All right, you guys are incredible. I got to get out of here. Love your neighbor, love your family. Most importantly, love you. You can't love the other two without you. I love you. God bless you. And I will see you on Sunday. Bye, guys.
Are they my children?
It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath, sir.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ma'am, it's all right. Just hold him.
They have black hair. They have black skin. What is going on?
Sir, genetics can be.
They're not my babies.
Okay.
Please stop.
She been sneaking out getting monkey fucked.
Just follow after me. Yeah. Don't do the two-step.